Resell, and today we got some Jordan 4s to look at. The Air Jordan 4 Retro. Now this is the Doernbecher colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes. So if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker does come in this all black box here. Now it's not your standard Air Jordan 4, packaging, but we have seen this on a few other Air Jordan releases. Now it is an all black box. It is glossed out. Now smack dead in the middle on the lid, you do have the silver Jordan Jumpman logo. If you do a 360 around the box, you will see some of these circular indentations. You do have the Jordan branding there and with the chrome, the hit of chrome, and then there is like a hit of gray here on the top lid. The bottom portion of the box, now it is all ribbed out, but you do have some copyright information here in this light gray for those that do care about that. There you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 4 Retro. The colorway says black, old royal, electric green, and then white. So when you do open the box, and it is a swing box lid situation, now up underneath, I don't see any stamps or anything like that, but you do have this hit of your cardboard there. The sneaker does come in this white tissue paper here, and then from there you are met with the actual sneaker itself. Now this sneaker is a collaboration with Jordan Brand and Doernbecher Hospital when it released back in 2011. Pretty highly sought after sneaker. Now it is extremely limited. Love the concept of the sneaker. By me being a comic fanatic, I definitely love the Superman branding here on the tongue of the sneaker. The materials that were used, pretty decent, nothing too much to brag about. But yeah, man, not gonna take too much of your time. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. And again, this is the Air Jordan 4 Retro, and then this is the Doernbecher colorway. So we're gonna take a look at the right sneaker like we always do. Now from first observation, the sneaker does look like what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 4. Now on the lateral side of the sneaker, smack dead in the middle, you do have that blue netting material there that ribbed out. They do have the hit of the black nylon mesh up underneath. You do have this green triangular wing here, and it is in some pretty decent leather material. It does seem it's kind of heavily tumbled, and you do have the hit of the royal blue stitching. The entire upper portion of the sneaker is composed of this black nubuck material. If you look closely, you will see these arrows going in different directions. Going towards the back, you do have that blue logo there with the man with the afro, and then again you do have some more blue stitching. The also of the sneaker, so you do have the hit of this electric green, and you do have the hit of white. If you do look closely, of course you do have your air bubble there, and that's standard with other Air Jordan 4s, but on this one, if you look closely, you can see the hit of red. Now they do have this kind of black rubber situation coming up from the bottom portion, and then you do have some more hit of that electric green there. The bottom portion is kind of like a mixture of this blue, this translucent kind of see-through clear color, and that's pretty much it on this side. The sock liner of the sneaker is in white, and that's pretty much it for the lateral side. Switching gears, going to the front toe box area, you are met with more of this black nubuck material, and of course you can see more of the arrows. Now they did give us this black nubuck mud guard situation here, and of course you do see the royal blue stitching, more of that stitching coming up towards the upper portion of the toe box area, and then you are met with more of this royal blue netting material, and of course you do have more of that black nylon mesh showing up underneath. The sneaker itself, it did come pre-laced, and they did give us these electric green laces. This ribbing material does come up about halfway here on the tongue, and then you are met with more of that black nubuck for the tongue. Now the tongue, they actually did go ahead and give us this blue tag, and of course you do see the Superman branding there. On the back of the tongue, you do have the hit of white. Now on the back, you do have this black tag here, and it does have the Air Jordan text there in white. The insole of the sneaker, it is red, and if you look closely, you do have that hit of green there showing with the Jordan branding there, and that's pretty much it for the front portion of the sneaker. Going towards the medial side, so you do have this green lace crown here and that hit of leather, and then it does have the blue stitching just like the other side. You do have the green lace crowns here in plastic, more of the black nubuck, and of course you see like the black stitching. There's your arrows, and then of course you do have the outsole showing on this side with the electric gray and the white, and then you do have your cutout showing to the other side as well, and that's pretty much it on this side. Going towards the rear, so smack dead in the middle, you do have this green Jordan Jumpman logo, and of course like outlined, you do have that royal blue stitching. The pull tab is black as well, and it does like, you know, bounce back how it should. The outsole of the sneaker, of course, you do have more of that electric green, white, and then you can see that more that semi-translucent outsole, and that's pretty much it for the rear. Going towards the bottom of the sneaker, so it does look like your standard Air Jordan 4 bottom. Now, one thing that's a little bit different, of course, you do have like, you know, this kind of see-through clear outsole, and of course like smack there in the middle was all blue. You do have your red Jordan Jumpman logo there in the middle. Going towards the toe, you do have this hit of yellow and then blue up top. Herringbone traction just like any other Air Jordan 4, and that's pretty much it on this one. The left sneaker pretty consistent with the right. Everything on this one is the same. Pretty dope sneaker, man. Love the concept, man. This one, yeah, man, excellent. If I were to rate this sneaker, I would definitely give this one a solid, let's give it an 8 out of 10. And let's jump right into it. Let's explain. So here's the thing. The overall sneaker itself, love the concept. Now there are a few batches of these that have been made, you know, over time. One thing that I want to express that I feel like, you know, looking at like, you know, images, comparing, because like one thing that I like to do before I do my reviews, I like to educate myself, and I like to take a look at like, you know, what's what and how it, you know, compares to like retail. But it seems to me that like, you know, throughout the years, the different batches that they make, sometimes like they'll like hit or miss on like certain things. But like with this one here, I just feel like, you know, it was a pretty decent sneaker, but there are a few things that are not consistent with retail. This ribbed out material right here, of course, that should be more blue. The tongue of the sneaker, you should be able to see, it should be more fluff, if that makes sense, and then like the white should actually poof a little bit more around like the tongue here, and then like this little this logo here in blue, they use what they should do, the afro should be bigger going towards the, I guess like going towards like the front portion of the sneaker. So like on this side it's incorrect, it actually should be flipped. So like you should see more of the afro on this side. On this sneaker right here on the right, that is correct. So it's not really like a huge deal to me, because it's like if you look at like other batches, like they may get like, you know, that right on like other ones, but like on this one, like I have to call it like it is, man. But other than that, like this is a pretty decent sneaker. Yeah, man, 8 out of 10. As far as like comfort and size, and the sneaker does fit just like any other Air Jordan 4. Now for me, that's true to size. Of course, you know, with Air Jordan 4s, it is the pinky toe killer, so it will be some discomfort here around the pinky toe. It's just the craftsmanship of the sneaker, the way the sneaker kind of like slopes here, like in the toe box area, it kind of rubs along your pinky toe. There's nothing really that you can do to alleviate that. Even if you got a bigger size, you will still have a little bit, you know, discomfort there. But the more you wear the sneaker, of course, over time, it will kind of like form to your foot and get where it needs to be. And again, I did put these on feet, so like, yeah, man, these are good to go. But that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to take the time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted this sneaker to me to review to you guys on the channel. But I definitely encourage you guys to stay engaged like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I can be reached on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys with a 360 and a B-roll like I always do. But there you go, Air Jordan 4 Retro, and again, this is that Doernbecher colorway. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left. There's your bottom. There's the medial side. And then there's the rear. And let me check one more thing. Nothing on the black on the back pull tab, but you do have, like, you know, the blue stitching going on the inside, and that is correct as well. So, like, yeah, man, there is. Oh yeah, and then one more thing. So one of my followers did point this out to me. So if you look at the sneaker, the lace crown itself, it's a little bit more flared out than I guess what it should be. Now here's the thing, that is a little bit inconsistent. I have seen, cause I like to look at, like, you know, the specific size. I don't like to go like to a different size or try to compare up or anything like that. I looked at a few, size 13s, and one thing that I do notice, there are some that does have like a smoother transition when it comes from the crown, well, the triangular wing going to the lace crown. Some of them seem like they, like, you know, hit right dead on, but then there are others that do kind of, you know, flare out. There was one of these, which one was it? The stitching seemed to be a little blotchy. This one right here, the stitching wasn't really, like, you know, too great on that side there, but it doesn't like take away from it or anything. Like, it's not like nothing like too crazy. But like I said, I like to, you know, keep it a buck with y'all over here on the channel. But yeah, man, excellent pair. I would have valued if they would have gave us, like, you know, like some, you know, secondary lace options, but it is what it is. But that's pretty much it on this one. If you guys have like any questions or anything like that, definitely feel free to drop those down below. I'm definitely here for the engagement. Thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.